Alex Hormozi built a 100 million business empire by age 33 using one concept that most entrepreneurs completely miss. This secret works whether you're just starting out or running a multi-million dollar company. And today I'm breaking down the leverage principle that's transforming businesses across every industry and why so few people understand it.
If you want to outwork your competition, what you really should be doing is out leveraging them.
Now, why you just heard is the key to working smarter, not harder, regardless of what business you're in. If you're new here and want more business growth strategies like this one, hit subscribe now so you don't miss anything. What I'm about to show you contradicts everything you've been taught about success. Most entrepreneurs are trapped in the cycle of working long hours, pushing harder, and still not seeing the results that they want. I've been there too, exhausted, frustrated, wondering why others seem to get 10x the results with seemingly the same effort. The difference isn't work ethic, it's leverage. This principle explains why one real estate agent sells 5 houses a month while another one sells 50. Why one content creator struggles to get views while another goes viral consistently. And yes, it's the same reason. I now build websites for clients rather than teaching them how. It's all about maximizing output, not input. Now, watch how Hormozi completely redefines what work actually means. Pay attention to how he challenges the conventional definition that most of us have accepted our entire lives.
So how do you define work? The science definition is work equals force times distance. Problem with that is it's not very useful for knowledge workers. Most of us are not actually doing manual labor, not useful. The second way is that you can think about it in terms of inputs of time, right? Like, is that how hard you work? No one can outwork me. I work longer hours. Do you think you're the only person who works 16, 18 hours every day? Many people work all the hours they're awake. And if you suggest working more hours, then you're sleeping less, and I don't think that's a good idea for knowledge workers. So why can no one outwork you again? Right, so everyone's working those hours. So then the next one is like effort. That's how no one can outwork me. No one's gonna try harder than me. So you want participation trophies. Is this how you want your employees to think that they're working hard? I mean, not me. I wouldn't want that.
This completely changed my perspective. For years, I believed that success meant outworking everyone else. But Hormozi reveals a fundamental truth. Working harder by conventional definitions is a losing game. Think about it. There's always someone willing to work more hours than you. There's always someone willing to sleep less. But that's not the path to extraordinary results. What Hormozi is showing us is that true work isn't measured by time or effort. It's measured by output. Now, watch as Hormozi breaks down his formula for work. This is where the magic happens.
Work equals outputs. Outputs equal volume times leverage. In plain speak, number of times you do something times how much you get out of each time you do it. How do we work faster? Work rate equals that same thing divided by time. Plain speak, output per minute of time. That is how you work faster.
This formula is the key to everything. Let me break it down into simple terms. Volume is how many times you do something. Leverage is how much you get from each time you do it. And output is your actual result. Most people obsess over volume. How many cold calls can I make? How many pieces of content can I create? How many clients can I serve? But they completely ignore leverage. Think about a real estate investor I know. He was working 80-hour work weeks trying to find deals, making hundreds of calls himself. Meanwhile, his competitor was closing 3 times as many deals, working just 20 hours a week. The difference is that the competitor had built systems. He had a team making calls, software qualifying leads, and virtual assistants handling the paperwork. Same industry, dramatically different results. This is why some people seem to get exponential results while others seem stuck. It's not about working harder, it's about getting more from each unit of work you put in. Hormozi uses a brilliant visual to explain this concept. Watch how he breaks it down.
Outputs, right? We have this one and now I've got a nice flexi arm. Volume is the number of times we move the lever. I literally made all these images this morning. All right, I'm very, very proud of them. All right, volume is the number of times you move the lever. The leverage is the length of the lever itself that you're using. The outputs is how much you can lift on the other side. So let's look at a couple examples. You guys can just shout it when I say, just say high or low. So High or low? Low. High or low? High. High or low? Very high. The reason I put this one in here is that at a certain point, it's not about how strong the person is. It all depends on how much leverage you have. That's the point of this slide. Now, high or low? Volume times 1,000, the thing's just as long as the other one. Highest, yes.
I love this visual because it makes the concept so clear. Think of leverage like a lever. The longer your lever, the more you can lift with the same amount of force. When I realized this, I started looking at every aspect of my business differently. Instead of asking, how can I do more? I began asking, how can I get more from what I'm already doing? For content creators, this might mean creating one video that reaches millions instead of 10 videos that reaches thousands. For service providers, it might mean developing a premium offer that generates 10x the revenue with the same delivery time. For e-commerce businesses, it might mean focusing on high margin products instead of trying to sell more low margin items. The question isn't, are you working hard enough? It's, do you have enough leverage? Now here's where Hormozi drives the point home with a shocking example.
The hardest working man in the world can be objectively measured. That guy is the hardest guy working in the world. In 2022, he had $140 billion in net worth. For context, that's more than Bill Gates did his entire career in 1 year. Think about that for a second.
That example is mind-blowing. Elon Musk added more wealth in 1 year than Bill Gates accumulated in his entire career, and he did it again the next year. This isn't about whether you like Elon or not. It's about understanding the power of leverage. Musk isn't working thousands of times harder than everyone else. He's not putting it in more hours than the millions of people working multiple jobs just to make ends meet. What he has is extraordinary leverage. His time decisions and actions are multiplied through companies, teams, and systems that generate massive output. And here's the good news. While none of us may reach Elon's level of leverage, we can all dramatically increase our own leverage from wherever we are at right now. Now, let's see how Hormozi explains how to apply this concept in your own business.
So who gets more done? We got one person who does 100 calls a day, another person who does 100 calls a day. The guy who has more skill. One guy makes 100 calls, another guy makes 100 calls. The guy who's better on the phone gets more output. Okay, let's say they're equal skill. They're working 8 hours a day, making calls. Oh, I forgot to ask the question. Who gets more work done? There's the answer. The guy that has the automated dialer that keeps his talk time the highest. Okay, same skill, same number of hours, and same automated dialer to maximize talk time. Now who gets more work done? The guy who has the best list. Okay, they've got the same list. The same skill, same dialer, 8 hours a day. The guy who's calling during the right season, the right time of day. Who wants to be calling selling shit during December if you're selling physical products? Who wants to sell on Black Friday? Of course. More leverage, same work, more output. Okay, let's say all this stuff's equal. Now who's even? All right, what else do we have? Nice, he actually called it. The guy calling with the better offer. Now we've got the same time of year, same list, same offer, same dialer, equal skill, 8 hours a day. Now who's gonna do it? It's gotta be equal now, right? The guy who recorded his pitch and sent it to 10 million people. Now, to push this even further, what if the guy made 0 calls and didn't do anything? Who makes more against the best caller on earth? The guy who's got a team. He's got 15 dudes on the phone. I don't care how good you are. And if you're like, well, I think I could beat 15, you can't beat 1,500. I don't care who you are. Leverage. And that guy made 0 calls. I have more people calling for me today while I'm on stage. Leverage.
This is where the rubber meets the road. Hormozi just showed us that the game isn't about outworking your competition, it's about out-leveraging them. So how do we actually apply this in our own lives and businesses? I've broken it down into 3 practical steps anyone can implement. First, identify your highest leverage activities. These are the things that create the most output for the least input. For me, it was realizing that building systems for clients created far more value than one-off projects. What's your equivalent? What's 20% of your work that creates 80% of your results? Second is eliminate or delegate low leverage activities. This is crucial. Every minute spent on low leverage work is a minute not spent on high leverage opportunities. And this might mean hiring help, using automation, or simply saying no to things that don't multiply your impact. Third is invest in increasing your leverage. This could mean developing specialized skills that command premium rates, building systems that scale your efforts, or creating intellectual property you can sell repeatedly without doing any additional work. The beauty of leverage is that it compounds over time. Small improvements in leverage don't just add up, they multiply. What Hormozi teaches us isn't just another business strategy. It's a complete paradigm shift in how we think about how we work and we achieve success. When I first understood this concept, I stopped trying to work more hours and started focusing on creating more impact with each hour. The results have been transformative, not just for my income, but also for my quality of life. The most powerful question you can ask yourself isn't, how can I work harder? It's, how can I create more leverage? But leverage is just one piece of Hormozi's success formula. If you want to see how he combines leverage with his unstoppable sales approach, watch my next video, Sell Like Alex Hormozi, Master Closer Today. That's where I break down the exact sales framework that helped him close millions of deals. If you found this valuable, subscribe for more tips and tricks like this one. I break down powerful business concepts into actionable strategies you can implement right away. Let me know in the comments what's one area where you could apply more leverage in your business. I read every comment and I respond to as many as I can. I'll see you in the Sell Like Alex Hormozi video.